Any concerns? I know, Max, and you mentioned shoulder.
Yeah.
We can definitely adjust for here. Anyone else have any concerns? Okay.
For the 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off with these moves, are they a certain number per move and then move on to the next one? Or is it 45 seconds of like that move and then 15 seconds and then next move and then
Great
whatever.
question.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great question. So basically you're doing one movement at a time.
Okay.
So essentially you're doing goblet squats for 45 seconds, tuck ups for 45 seconds, right?
Got it.
And so that being said, volume is a good question. That's a great question. If you're looking at volume, you can actually set volume here. We're going to repeat this twice through. So if you want to do no more than, I don't know, 20 tuck ups, I don't know, then just stick with 10, right? You could just kind of stop at 10, even if 45 seconds isn't quite up yet. That makes sense. So you can absolutely keep your volume at a certain level if you need to, right? Or below a certain threshold. But yes, good question. The answer is yes and no, right? I guess a little both. Okay. Let's start with some cat cows, the usual. Or she's already sat down on her couch. That's so sneaky, but no, not today. Cat cows. Let me hear your spine bend and flex. To complete it, 10 reps. Let's do our alternating bird dog. So lifting an opposite arm, opposite leg, your back nice and flat. The height of your foot and your hand is not critical. Right. You can do any of these motions as well from an elevated surface, which is always an option. So obviously maybe I'm lifting the hand. Yeah, we'll get some hip openers going on too. I'm feeling a little tight myself. Thanks, coach. I always think I feel fine until I'm like, ooh, I don't think I was supposed to be here. Like, okay. So if you need to see this, I realize we're kind of deviating from our normal script here. If you need to look at your screen, that's fine. We're going to do something called a quad rock. This is something where it looks a lot like a child's pose in a lot of respects. But really it's just kind of about your hips. And essentially the back stays pretty flat. I'm going to just send my hips back, right? So I'm not kind of like full child's pose in this thing. I let my hips dictate this. I'm going to come back forward. So a variation on this idea is kind of making little circles with your hips. So kind of sitting back, making a circle, coming back over your wrists. So I'm making circles with my hips. So somewhere between a quad rock and a circle, basically. I'm going to do 5 1 rotations. So I'm going clockwise. And then I can go 5 counterclockwise. We're just kind of sitting into our hips. Be gentle with this. You can even just go back and forth if that feels better, right? So the circle part is not inherently part of this, but it's nice. It feels so good. Yeah, it really does though. You're like,
Might have to edit that part out.
or make it louder. Sounds like a voice just coming out of nowhere.
So good.
See, there is a benefit to having allergies.
Can you make sound emojis for Discord?
I think so.
Little audio snippets.
I just want that text message every time I get a workout. So good. And then just yeah.
Then I have to be like, let it go, let it go. I just should have a library of those because then I could just, my job would be so easy. That would be so good. Let it go. Or
I mean, dogs respond to tone of voice, right? Not words.
also we need suck it up.
I feel like Mr. T, that could be cool. Let's do our 90-90s. So on the ground, I know he's got up, Maxine. I'm sorry. There you go.
I'm actually just gonna do this because
Yeah,
I am.
that's fine.
Hippie.
Actually, all joking aside, Maxine, are you okay to load the shoulder at all? I know you said bike.
I don't think so. I don't, it's not worth it. It's
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. I'm just making sure that her expectations are set.
yeah.
Do you have any I'm trying to think, physical therapy things you've done in the past that can
Yeah. That's and I know I was telling Meg that I need to just get back on that.
so maybe
Maybe
instead,
I just do some of that while you guys are doing push-ups and stuff.
perfect.
Okay.
And that could just be like shoulder prep stuff.
Yeah.
So you can still single leg deadlift, all that good stuff, right? You
That
can
should be fine.
and even if you should be fine, but you can always take weight out. You don't have to add weight if you're feeling
Yeah.
you can't load the
Yeah.
shoulder. Perfect. And then we can talk about what we can do for the second part. Super easy to substitute. Okay, so once you've done about 10 of these guys, right? Your 90-90s. You're filling out your hips, knees, ankles. Let's go ahead, come to standing or kneeling, just so you have enough room. So this is your arm circles, Maxine, if you want to adjust. So maybe we can go one fin. You want to go?
But I just keep it small down here. I'm okay.
Small's fine. Small's
see.
fine. Again, pain-free. So thumbs pointed up. Gradually make your arms
That beautiful tank. She looks so good.
look, I'm showing you out.
Balance, baby.
No, the gravel jersey's pretty rad. I'm a big fan.
Same.
Yeah. I could definitely get a photo with 2 deli sandwiches in the back pocket though. No, happy to. And maybe like a can of Coke or something, just for the measure. Once you have 10 in one direction, let's go 10 the opposite. Make these circles as big as you need. If you need to start with the hands around 45 degrees to make this more tolerable, that's fine. We're doing 10. Oh, this one always gets me every time. Woo, okay, forward and back. Well, that's easy. Passive, again, pain-free. And give yourself a little hug. Give yourself a little hug. Okay. So let's talk about what we're gonna do, and then we'll kind of break this down a little bit. In fact, I apologize. I'm jumping the gun. Let's do one more thing. We're gonna get squat shape. I jumped the gun here. That's my fault. Feet in your squat shape, and you can't see my upper body, but my hands are above my head. I'm gonna squat down to whatever I can. Right? Reach your hands towards the floor, or maybe the tops of your shins if you're feeling a little stiff. Gently raise your hips. Bring your hips back down. Hands over your head. And stay. Lovely. Okay, let's do that 4 more times. Just keep the chest up, Maxine. You don't have to bring the hands up if that's not feeling great.
Okay.
Yeah, the hands up is just like a chest up position. So once you get to the bottom of your squat, gently raise your hips. say gently. Obviously, if you don't have room, don't go there. Good. Doing 5 total.
Oh.
Sorry, I was not clear about that. 5 total reps. When you raise your hips, Meg, try and keep your back flat. I know it sounds like a kind of counterintuitive thing. You know, like in yoga, where I'm sure that Joseph has you do it, the back stays flat even in this position. Try not to round to the back. Don't want a chest up position even when your hips are high. Yeah, that's it. Nice. Okay. Now for real. Now we're gonna do some things. So our single leg deadlift, we've done this a lot now. So this is one of those things where we can start to add complexity in a couple of different ways. We can obviously start to bend the knee. So traditionally, and it's a very small weight, but use your imagination. Your deadlift starts from the ground. So my knee angle is actually bent my deadlift. Right. So this is one thing where if I were to stand up, right, I stand up and I can't see my body. So this is one of those things where I can take this single leg deadlift, and instead of stopping with this knee flexion here, I can actually keep bending my knee. And still be in a deadlift shape. So if I send my hips back, but down, for example, I can keep bending the knee, and this is still a deadlift shape. My torso is still forward. I can, of course, lift the leg, right? Still starting with the hip back. I'm just adding range of motion, right? My balance is a bit questionable this morning, but you get the idea. So we can start to add range of motion. So that's option 1. Option 2, of course, we're going to add a push or a pull. So our pull, right, is going to be while we're down on the bottom. So I'm going to show you my non-working leg. So weights in my right hand, I'm working my left. Left hip goes back, right? Lift my leg, my best here. I'm gonna row my kettlebell, come back to stand. That's 1 rep, right? So that's option 1, right? It goes back, that leg lifts, whoop, I row my kettlebell, I don't fall over, I stand, right? So we're just adding time under tension. This is great if your weights are a bit lighter. So you don't have the option of something heavier. Option 2, or sorry, it's great if your weights are heavier, not lighter, excuse me. Option 2 is going to be the overhead press part. So this is one where if I were to do this, I would come back to my standing position. So I'm going to make sure I'm interested here. So I single leg deadlift, mark, deadlift, press overhead, right? So the idea being, as I'm pressing, my foot is off the ground. I know you can't see it off the ground, but I come here, you can raise the knee if you want, and then put back down. So we're just adding balance, essentially. That's all we're doing. Our push-ups, again, can be assisted. We're just going to add a toe reach, bit of a stretch, down dog. Ultimately, you're going to do your push-up. Assist however you've done in the past if you need to, or make it harder if you want to. My knees are down in this case. And I'm going to reach. I can go opposites. If you don't touch, it's okay. If you're just reaching, that's fine. That's not an option, we can just go into a push-up into a down dog shape. And then come back to your plank.
Hi, Andy. Welcome back.
Before we move forward, any questions on, I know I gave a lot of options. So I'll review them again. Single leg deadlift, so 8 per side. We're just adding a pull at the bottom for those with slightly heavier weights. Or a press overhead for anyone able, and maybe you're like, hey, I'm only stuck with 10 pounds. Cool. What can we do with that? Press it overhead. Make sense? If it makes sense, go ahead and get started. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to review and answer. And if you want to make that really fancy, Meg, upright kettlebell.
What?
If you want to make it really fancy, upright kettlebell it. Yeah. So you still have to deadlift it, right? So Risa, so let's go one step at a time. You have to still have to deadlift it. So the deadlift is still going to be, right? Foot on or off the ground, probably off is nice, for your balance. Right? Stand. If you're gonna press overhead, you lift the leg, right? And then press. Yeah, there you go. And foot back down. I know you kind of put two movements together here. We're gonna row. If you're doing the pull versus the push, you're gonna be doing it at the bottom of deadlift, which I know sounds kind of weird, but yeah. So imagine the chest stays up, so you should see the right TMT of my shirt, and then I might have my leg up, and then I'm going to go ahead and row. Well, stand.
Well,
Right. Yeah. So if I can't.
Sometimes I need to wake up my hips on a
Oh yeah.
certain,
Oh,
I always feel it on one leg versus another.
oh, totally. That's me. My left side doesn't wake up so much. So for you, Carrie, I want to imagine a name tag. If I can't see your name tag anymore. So this is not about getting your weight to the ground. That makes
I'm
sense.
having a hard time following. Can you just do one to get, I'm listening, but I'm wondering if I need another demo.
Was it easier to see head on or from the side? What makes more sense to you? Visual, multiple angles too. You're just gonna.
Either's fine.
Okay.
I think what I'm doing is I'm putting my weight in the wrong hand. So the weight that my leg's lifted is that leg that the weight is in.
I'm going to use my left leg, standing on the leg, handed the weight in my right hand. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So standing opposite of my standing leg. So I should be able to this, right? Name tag. So as my chest comes forward, it's okay, my hips go back. I want you to see, or if you had a name tag, I should be able to see your name tag. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, there we go. That's our idea. So it looks like your weight is in the standing leg.
See, this is what I'm doing. I'm getting them mixed up.
Actually, it's not inherently wrong, right? And what I want to point out is we are loading opposites, which is fine, by the way, right? So opposite of your working leg or working limb, you can load the same way you are now,
Okay.
as in same side. That's ipsilateral. I don't know if that makes, if you care.
Okay.
If you are more balanced that way, Carrie, go the same side. That's fine, especially if you have a preference. That makes sense. So if you know you have a preference for same-sided loading, then go same-sided. Whatever you feel more balanced with. Nice. When you're reaching forward, so that's for Arisa and Carrie, keep your chest up. So try not to reach forward like you're rounding your back. Imagine someone put a course on you and you're like, I can't reach the floor. The chest stays up. Yes. Nice, Carrie. That's great. Yeah, Arisa, there it is. The push-ups and toe reach are just there to, I don't know, they're good for you, right? They're meant to be a bit of half stretch, a little, right? So toe reach or down dog. The toe reach, we're taking one hand out of the equation. So we're loading one arm slightly more. You seem okay, Maxie. Give me a shout if you need anything.
Yeah, my internet's just going out, so I just turned my video off.
That's fair.
I think she's eating cake.
I mean, if she was eating cake, she better share, because that's mean.
That's
Wow.
I mean, if I just got off the trainer and I was doing strength work and I had cake, I would absolutely eat it. Are you kidding?
Oh, yeah.
No question.
That wasn't a slam, Maxine. That was like, Maxine's so smart.
With her coconut. Wait, you had the watermelon. Sorry. Nikki has
Yeah,
coconut.
my watermelon today. It's very
Your
sad.
watermelon.
Regular ass water bottles.
Oh, rude.
Boring.
Do you ever take your watermelon to work? I'm very serious speaking.
Good. That'd make work a lot more fun.
Carrie's got her pineapple tumbler, because remember she got the different one.
I have
Oh,
all
yeah.
4, but this is the one I have today.
With the sunglasses. I forgot about that one.
I will say I took the watermelon to work and it felt like I was hiding something.
What's
Were
in
you
your
hiding-
watermelon, Carrie?
Pretty much.
Were you hiding something? And if so, what was it?
No, but you have to really wrap your hand around it. So
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain.
it's kind of not an easy, that sounds silly, but it's like you're protecting it or something. I'm like, yeah, no, there's no cocktail in here.
You're not doing what the women I went to college with, and they put alcoholic beverages into the soda things and just drank in lectures.
Wow.
And then would just get trashed and just be a complete mess by the end of the hour. Yes, ring 4 rounds. Chest is up at the bottom, right? So, or you can think, I don't know how you want to think about this. Basically, standing up tall, if you're standing up tall, what that looks like and what that feels like. Shoulder blades together is another cue if you want to use that one. Forgive the analogy, but don't be the little Asian lady on the one California that can't stand up. You know what
Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm talking about. Like,
I do.
not that. It's just a different thing. We're not doing that. Yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just one of those things where the back will learn patterns, and if we teach it, it has options. We're not going to get stuck like that, or less likely to. Nice job. The overhead press gets a little harder if the foot, you're basically staying on one leg. I think like I'm saying like a flamingo. My leg is off the ground. I don't have to worry about it. There you go. Obviously, common sense applies here. If you feel like you're going to fall over, maybe put your foot down. Okay. It's like rule 1 of gravel biking. You can put your foot down and walk. No one told me that, and I just crashed for a while. Still did it, but you can walk. Put your foot down. There you go. So lift the leg before you press the arms reset. Sneaky. So lift your leg first, balance, then press. Yeah, there we go. And the more you feel comfortable with this, maybe not today, but sometime in the near future, you can fully skip the foot down. If you're raising the knee, you just go ahead and kick the leg right back again. There you go.
I am totally discombobulated today with my sides.
So
I keep
don't worry about the specifics of how you're carrying it. I want you to carry it where it makes most sense to you.
okay.
Because you'll know what that is. If it's not what I described, okay. There's nothing inherently wrong with carrying it the opposite way. It's just I'm less comfortable with that, and I find a lot of people are more comfortable with the way we started. So if it feels wobbly, switch hands. Keep it that easy.
I'm finally able to do it on the same side. It's just it's more work, which is good. More balance work.
Yeah, and there's gonna be days where you're gonna want to emphasize that, right? Basically add complexity because it's harder.
Hmm.
There are days where you're gonna be like, nah, nope. I'm gonna make this, I would say, the barrier to entry as little as possible. Nice job with the upright chest. And having balance, challenge balancing on one leg specifically, also normal. So not, that might not be the weight carry, that might just be you have a leg that's harder to balance on. Just to be expected. Yeah, nice, Risa. Good.
That's one of these peppers.
Yeah, it's okay if you're not actively reaching your toes. And for anyone who is not loving the toe reaches, you can also just go into a down dog and make more of an active stretch. Nice work. Oh, sweatshirt's off. It's getting serious. Arisa's down to one layer. You know what? Party started. You all know the guy at the gym that like he like walks in the gym and then like touches the barbell and takes his shirt off, you know? Or you're not that guy, Arisa, but it's definitely there are people who are like 3, 2, 1, go workout starts and the shirt's off and they haven't sweated yet. It's cute. It's not cute. Lovely. Just checking in. For my athletes still moving. Is this round 4? You can give me a thumbs up if you're on silent or
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
ish. Lovely. Oh, okay. Where's the pup to lick all the sweat off your face, Meg?
Ari's home in Denver with her mommy, and Otter went to camp this morning.
Oh.
Louise is upstairs, but luckily for us, she's not snoring.
Oh.
Sometimes during yoga, she snores so loud I have to mute. Cause it sounds like she's in the room, but she's upstairs.
I feel like that just adds to the ambiance, but that's just me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Sometimes Louise's snoring drowns out the kids in Joseph's house getting up and screaming. But sometimes not. But Reese's laughing.
Snoring can only do so much.
I'm talking about.
A snoring can only do so much. I mean, like, it's pretty magical, but it has its limits.
Dude, it's guttural. Her snoring is like.
I've been told I have the same problem, but I'm the one doing it, so I have no idea. I wish I'd saved the text message, but Nikki has sent me a text message. This is a couple years ago. I went to, for I think first long trip that we were together, but I went on a trip by myself with my parents. And I left him for 2 weeks alone. And he's like, I can't sleep without your cold, dead feet and you're snoring.
Aw.
And I was like, I love you.
That's so
I
cute.
wish I'd say like screenshotted it because he complains about those things. Like, but you love me. Do you see this? See poop? No.
Go.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's just review our movements, making sure everyone feels good about options that we have here. And then we'll basically get right into it. So starting from the top, I think we're all pretty familiar with the goblet squat, but just in case, you're going to carry your weight of choice. I have a habit of dumbbell. You can use a kettlebell, a bag of books. I don't know, squeeze something to your chest, whatever it is. Beater squat width apart, that's about shoulder width-ish, hip shoulder width. Chest stays up, so that name tag rule still applies. My hip goes back like I'm sitting back to a seat. My toes stay flat. Toes and heels. My chest stays up, right. So the depth is going to be ideally to, let's say parallel / if you're sit to a seat. You can't, of course, that's okay. I want knees in line with the toes. not in. I keep those knees over your toes. Movement 2, we have our tuck ups. So these are more about lifting your chest than they're about lifting your feet. So this is not a crunch, although it's gonna look like one. And I would reach above my head, but I have a sofa right here, so I can't. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach for my heels. I'm gonna lift up my torso. So I'm balanced like a little accordion. Whoop, back down. Right? If you can't do it too late, you can alternate. So I'm gonna take my right hand, my left foot, and here. So again, you can extend your leg. I just have a couch here. So you can just touch one side. That could be 1, 2, you get the idea. So you don't have to go too late. You can alternate and each one counts as 1. Supermans or super people, I don't care what you want to call them. This is one of those things where we can make this. So I want to go ahead and have my hands above my head. And I'm just going to go ahead and lift my chest. And down. So rest my head, lift, and down. My butt squeezed, right? Keep my back safe, right? And we're going to do from mid to upper back exercise. For anyone that's dealing with some stuff, maybe we just do this guy, right? Right. So this one instead, right? This one. Those T's and Y's we did last time are an option. Side plank. So this side plank is step 1. If we can side plank it, lovely. If we can't side plank it, we'll find something else. So side plank, right? Full side plank is going to be this. The leg raise is this. It's not nice, if I'm being honest, but it's okay. So options. We can drop the bottom knee, right? Great. Side plank first. Maybe with the leg. Well, so that's some challenge here. We're going to work the bottom leg a little more. Or if it's just holding a side plank is what you want to do, that's fine. Trying to think. The only thing I think that's problematic scene is probably the side plank, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I think I'll do my yeah, I got it.
Got it? Beautiful. Anyone else? Questions, comments, concerns on the movements themselves?
I'm using a baby weight because it's race week. Don't make fun of me.
I wasn't gonna make funny. Well, now that you said so, I'm going to.
Not yet.
Not yet. Carrie can make fun of you.
Sorry. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. I wish I was going to Victoria.
Oh, that's so cute. I've never seen. All right.
It's adorable.
It's 5 pounds.
Oh,
Wow.
that's super cute.
You can't be afraid of 5 pounds. It's just adorable. So we're gonna do 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. I'll let you know the next movement. And the last thing I'll say is if you need to set your volume, right? We're doing 2 rounds of this. So if you be like, hey, I want to do no more than X amount of anything, you're doing 2 rounds. So divide that number by 2, stop before the time's over. All right, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and get the clock rolling here first.
Pretty sure the coffee kicked in and I am caffeinated. Let's go.
I think you should rename yourself Shakira or J-Lo. I don't know. You pick. I'd go Shakira, but that's, I don't know. That's
I
just
mean, now that I have a bionic hip, well, it's not bionic, but supercharged hip with
Yeah.
the blood, I should.
I think you should. I think you should, instead of saying TMT coaching, is say Shakira. Just suggestion.
It might be trademarked, you know. Let's go.
If you misspell it, it won't be. All right.
Oh, okay.
We digress. Squats in 3, 2, 1, and go. I wish that was the case. I've been told I have 3 dance moves. 3, that's it. I'm moving my hips is not one of them. There we go. Keeping the chest up. If your knees are coming in, you can think knees out. No. excuse me, hiccups. And rest. Our tuck ups next. So let's get down to the floor for this. The bugs are also fine if you need to. 3, 2, 1, and go. Yeah, dead bug is a fine substitution. Yeah, Risa, there we go. The world's cutest accordion. Meow.
It's crumpled up in the kitchen at one point.
Is that Bill? Hi, Bill.
The coffee's definitely kicked in.
I heard whispering at Carrie's house. Just saying.
But I think that was Maxine, but I can't tell. And rest. So we're gonna just roll on our bellies here. So that's super easy for this one. We're starting in Superman's. 2, 1, and go. I want to call it super people. I don't know. Superman is a little much. Let's go toes together on this, please. So toes together, squeeze your butt. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that was out loud.
And we're gonna go for reps on this. So we're gonna go down and up and down and up. There you go. Keep those toes together as we do so. Toes together, squeeze your butt.
Oh.
Yeah, hands can be out or forward like an eye shape or out to the side if that feels better. Yeah. We're resting in 3, 2, 1, rest. There are side planks next, so you can kind of stay near and around the floor. Seated is fine. Side plank, leg raise, just holding that leg. If you want to pump that leg instead, just to give yourself a break. We're starting in 2, 1, and go. Yeah. Yeah, the top hand can do whatever it needs to do. Yeah, so you need to bend the bottom leg. Yeah, it's totally fine. That's going to be super hippie, Meg. That's fine. Just heads up. Okay.
That's why I put the leg down, because it got whoa hippie.
Yeah. Bottom leg was like, excuse me, this is rude.
Yeah.
Don't like this. Go. You need to come down within these 45 seconds. That's fine, by the way. As long as you rejoin as soon as you're able. We're resting in 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. You just flip over if you'd like. We'll make sure to put a peach on your bum, Meg.
I have a silly question.
Yes,
Are we raising our leg up and down or holding it up?
you could do either.
Okay.
Good question. We start now. It's written as a leg raise, singular. It's like a static hold. If you want to move the leg,
Going in or what? Are we not? I thought you said go.
I did say go. Carry.
Okay.
Good. You both heard correctly. Go ahead and squeeze your butt on that bottom leg. So you're going to extend the bottom hip, right? So just a little, Meg. Don't go crazy on that thing. Just a smidge.
Woo!
Obviously, if you have super tight flexors, don't push past what those your quads and hips want to do. We're resting in 3, 2, 1, rest.
No, it's needed. It's needed, baby.
Yeah, like I said, as far as it'll permit, but don't go crazy on it. Good news. You have one more round. Hey, goblet squats. Coach Meg is here to dance it out for you. All right, we're starting in 2, 1, and go. Yeah. The squats go your eyes forward and your chest up, right? Again, name tag. Imagine someone should be able to read your name from across the room. Yeah.
I'm this bitch. little punchy today.
I like it. I'm a big fan, but you know. I would play poker with you.
I'm a bad poker player,
Me too. That's why I'd play with you because we both lose.
but I have a good time.
We had a great time.
You should go to Chedroe with us. Now that's a good time.
What's that? Go
The
ahead.
Mexican grocery store.
Okay.
I
Okay,
missed the rest
By
moment.
the way, just saying.
all right, we're starting our tuck ups now. So back on the ground in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, reach for those heels. Nice. And remember, you can always go single legged, right? So you can reach opposite arm to opposite heel if you need to make this less hip flexory. That's a real word. It's not a real word. I just made it up, but that's fine. All right, resting in 3, 2, 1, rest. We have our Supermans next, but you can wait to roll onto your bellies for the next couple of seconds, unless you want to lay down, which is very respectable. Starting in 2, 1, and go. So Supermans are first, I apologize. On your bellies. There we go. Toes together. Squeeze your butt. You're gonna lift your hands, lift your feet. They could be out to the side or in front of you. I don't care how you fly. You can fly however you want. You kind of look like one of those little sugar babies. You know how they jump off of trees? They go like they're like little things. Squirrel. Yeah. Nice. Resting in 2, 1, and rest. We have 2 more things. I guess technically the same thing, but twice. We're just switching sides. We're doing our side plank with our leg lift or lifts, plural, if you prefer. 2, 1, and go. Squeeze your bottom. If you're going bent leg on the bottom knee, squeeze your butt. If the leg's straight, you probably by default squeeze your butt. Yeah. Nice work. Yeah. 5 seconds. 2, 1, rest. Okay, so last rest interval, and then last bit of work. And that's it. 3, 2, 1, and go. You got this. You want to start sing along, anybody?
Fuck this shit, oh yeah. How's that?
That's great.
Oh, now I have to put not for kids on this video. Whew.
2, 1, rest indefinitely. As in, you're done. Nice work. Nice job. A lot of, all joking aside, a lot of really good questions. I'm glad you asked them. And any adjustments that need to be made. 2 rounds of this is not too much, generally speaking, but I'm glad you kind of find an adjustment. So make that feel good. And with our last 2 minutes, I'll leave the floor open for any questions about the movement, or maybe I would say anything specific you want to stretch out / recover from. That could be during like this training session or your training and life in general. Nope. Silence. Okay.
All right, but I gotta see Maxine before we go.
Well, obviously. I think your internet's being futzy, but that's okay.
What happened?
She just wants to see your face.
Oh,
Where you go?
You sound disappointed. You're like, oh, fine.
I mean,
If you insist.
the face.
This mug,
this thing.
this thing.
Makes me
Um,
happy.
I would say, if anything today, right? Right, even right now, if you want, you don't have to, you can kind of do this again. I know we warmed up with this, but it's also nice to kind of cool down with this. Might notice, hopefully, you feel a little less stiff, maybe, dare I say it? Who knows? Great work today. I know a lot more core work than normal. How'd your shoulder rehab go, Maxine?
Yeah, pretty good.
Good.
Feels a little looser, a little better.
Better's good, right?
Frustrating, but it's gonna be okay.
It will. It's a little bump in the road,
Yeah.
right? All right, my friends, it is that time. It is 7 a.m. You are free. Not that you were ever not free, but you know, free to go. No more, no social obligations left. And I will see you guys next week. Let me know if any questions. I will be, well, maybe I'll check Discord, but if I don't hear back, you could just keep pinging me. I'll get it.
Thanks, coach.
Thank you. Bye,
Good.
everyone.
Bye, guys.